live from Los Angeles. I'm Ebony K. Williams here this morning with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, Ebony. How are you today?
I'm lovely.
This is Shannon K. Sharp.
And this is Skip K, baby. I like that ring.
No, I don't have a middle name.
Oh, I was that'd be really cool.
No.
I need one.
Do you have a middle name?
No.
I don't either.
I don't either.
My sister got the middle name. Me and my brother got
I was going to say, maybe it's a guy-gal thing.
Maybe. I don't think so.
How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. I am wonderful wearing this mellow yellow.
Yeah.
I wanted to coordinate.
Yeah.
Wanted to coordinate with the Undisputed set.
So, Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
I got a little surprise for you later in the show. That's all I'm going to say.
You got a surprise for your boy?
Just a little one. Just a little one.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to that. But first, we're going to discuss Jameis Winston's suspension coming up later in the show, but we're going to start with LeBron. Now, he can opt out of his current deal next week and sign with a new team on July 1st. But Cavs GM Kobe Altman said yesterday, quote, "We continue to have good dialogue with his management team." Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard's potential trade status could affect LeBron's decision. Yesterday, Spurs GM R.C. Buford said they'll explore all options with Kawhi, but they want to keep it. Last night, the Cavs selected Collin Sexton with their first-round pick, and he wasted no time sending a message straight to LeBron. Take a listen.
LeBron, let's do it. Let's do it. I see you need a few pieces, that one extra piece this past season. Hey, let's do it. Let's go back to the finals. Let's do it.
All right, Shannon Sharp, does that encouragement there do anything for LeBron's chances of staying with Cleveland?
As soon as Mike Silver said that with the 8th pick in the draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select, LeBron turned the TV down. So that meant because
he turned the TV
down.
How do you know these
He
things?
was expecting Adam Silver to say with the 8th pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers have traded that pick. And so once he said they're going to select,
he
LeBron
didn't care. I'm out.
No. Skip, this is going to not have any impact because this is what we know about LeBron James. He loves playing with veteran, smart players who understand situational basketball. Now, this is what we know. There's a reason why when he came back, they had just won the rights to Andrew Wiggins. Everybody's like, man, Andrew Wiggins, he's athletic. He'll be a great compliment for LeBron. LeBron said, nah, y'all need to get him up out of there. Give me Kevin Love.
That's true.
So if he didn't want the #1 overall draft pick, you think he wants to play with? No. So I don't believe this is going to have an impact. And I think Collin Sexton, he said it like half-heartedly, knowing he's not going to
He was actually asked to take a plea.
Exactly.
So I don't think he's that kind of kid.
Exactly.
He was just sort of playing.
Come on, LeBron. Come on. I see you need a few pieces.
Yeah.
I do.
Do it.
I don't know if you that piece that he needs, bro. Like, you not the piece. I need Kawhi or Paul George or Anthony Davis. So, Skip, with that being said, I do not believe them taking Collin Sexton with the 8th pick in the draft. I don't believe it'll have any impact. I believe LeBron James is going to opt out of that contract, and he will take his time. What's going to happen with Kawhi? What's going to happen with Paul George? He'll survey the landscape and see if he can get someone to come to Cleveland, or does he need to go link with someone in L.A.? Because, like I said, all things being equal, I believe LeBron James' preference would be to stay in Cleveland. He's in the Eastern Conference. He's very comfortable there, Skip. But if Dan Gilbert can't get him some pieces, he's taking that team, what he's on currently, that's as far as he can take it, Skip. So it's time for him to move on. So with that being said, I don't think Collin Sexton has any impact on what LeBron James is or isn't going to do.
By the way, just to your last point, as far as he could take it was back to the NBA Finals for an 8th straight time, right?
Yeah.
So let's just do a quick hypothetical. Let's say that he opts in and stays home and says, I'm just going to finish it out. All my NBA days are going to be back home in Akron/Cleveland. With the current roster, adding Collin Sexton, and by the way, if you don't know Collin Sexton, he's a mentally tough, highly competitive, smart kid, but he is a kid.
Right.
He's your basic 19-year-old. He is extremely raw, but extremely coachable under Avery down in Tuscaloosa.
Yes.
And obviously, he would want to learn quickly, but could he help LeBron next year? Probably not.
Right.
But remember, that roster of all those new players that you applauded at the trade deadline did get a whole year of seasoning through this playoff run. And I think they all grew in various ways. I think that next year Rodney Hood will be better and Jordan Clarkson will be better.
He was unrestricted free agent, Skip.
Well, you can bring him back.
No, we're going to explore. We're going to see what's
Oh, you're going to see what else.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, you love this group when it first got thrown together.
Yes.
Am I right?
Because I believe this group that they were putting together was better than the group they was going to be jettisoned. I don't think they get, Skip, they're not making the NBA Finals with Jay Crowder, with Isaiah Thomas, or banged Isaiah Thomas, who was a shell of
but if you mix and match with these same veterans, you keep Larry Nance, I don't know what you want to do with George Hill, but you throw Collin Sexton at least into the rotation, I promise you, going into next year, if LeBron stays, this team will still be favored to win the East. Want to bet?
The Celtics.
No, I will bet you this team will still be favored because of the guy you tell me is the best player, not only on the planet right now, but in the history of the planet, right? Okay, if you have that guy, you're still going to be favored. So don't discount what is still sitting there in Cleveland, because I'm going to remind you one more time, they had Golden State on the ropes in Game 1 at Oakland. Am I right? They let them off the hook for all the reasons we detailed. Some are JR's fault, some are George Hill's fault, and some in the end were LeBron's fault. Everybody collaborated on a collapse. And my point is, you had them. And if you win that game, we might be having a very different conversation. If you win Game 3 in Cleveland, the turning point game, you're down 0-2, but if you win that and you get it back to 2-1 with Game 4 in Cleveland, we could be having a different conversation. And you were up 1 point with 3 minutes left, and Kevin Durant said, no, I'm the best player on the planet tonight in this building. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just trying to keep you in perspective. It's still not all bad in Cleveland.
But here's the thing, Skip. LeBron James is uninterested in just getting to the finals. He's been to the finals 8 straight times.
Okay. Now, I'm with you. So let's go big picture off what happened last night. I'm going to say it one more time. There's only one home run game over move to be made for LeBron James right now, and that is to convince Kevin Durant, who is an unrestricted free agent, to leave Golden State and join LeBron in Los Angeles with the Lakers. That's the only game over move he can make, because the rest of the Laker moves look murkier by the hour. Because all of a sudden, my Spurs, a very proud outfit, I think the classiest outfit in all of sports, they finally just had enough of Kawhi's public ultimatums. And they basically told the Lakers, we don't even want to hear what your offer is right now, right? They just dug in and said, no, we're not going to let Kawhi Leonard and his uncle push us around publicly. They're not going to be able to pressure us into some sort of fire sale trade to the Los Angeles Lakers at the deadline of the draft. So R.C. Buford, who's the best GM in basketball, he just sat back yesterday and said, you know what? We're good right now. Guess who their property is? They got Kawhi for a whole nother year, right? They got him under contract.
Well, Skip, if you believe he shut it down on you last year, and there was nothing wrong with it, what's going to make him play for you this year?
Okay, maybe they're shutting it down on Kawhi right now. Maybe they're just saying, we're going to take our pound of flesh back. We're not going to just give him away to the Lakers or anybody else. Let's make everyone sweat and wait for a while, and let's see if somebody will really come to the table.
But here's the thing. The problem with that, if San Antonio is doing what you're saying, say we're going to take our pound of flesh.
Remember, they could go all the way to the next trade deadline February, whenever it is.
But by doing that, it's almost like you're drinking poison and you expect the other person to die. Skip, you can't win this battle. He's made it abundantly clear with you. I want to be elsewhere. He's made it, and if by all indications what's being reported is true, he's saying in 2019, I'm playing in L.A. Now, you can be stubborn and say, you're not going to boss us around. But in 2019, he walks, you get nothing. So something is better than nothing. You're probably going to get a lot closer to nothing than something, but it's better than nothing. Ask OKC, had they known Kevin Durant was going to leave, would they have traded him? Absolutely, because you want to get something in the end.
Okay. So, did you notice very quietly what the Philadelphia 76ers did to your question and point?
Yeah.
Did you see what they did last night?
They backed up a little bit, cleared a little bit more cap space.
And not only that, but they got a draft pick that is very, very valuable. And they shocked me because I'm a big fan of Mikal Bridges because he can play.
Yeah.
He's a good, tough-minded, hard-nosed Philadelphia Villanova product basketball player whose mother works for the Sixers. And it was the feel-good story of the night when they took him and he did his whole media session as if he were a Sixer. He's got a locker in the locker room already.
Yeah.
He is a favorite of Brett Brown, the coach. He's been around the team all year. It was made in heaven fit. And all of a sudden they jerked the rug out from under him because They got a pick from Phoenix it's Miami's original pick,
Yeah.
and it's not until 2021, but it is a first-round unprotected draft pick. So now they got the Kings unprotected pick next year, and in 2 more years, they got the Heat's, including their picks. So they have a stockpile of draft picks. And you know what? Brett Brown made it clear after the trade was made. We're loading up to go fishing here. Big game.
Yeah, that's what you need.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, to go big deep sea fishing,
okay.
you got to get big lures. You got to get big bait.
So guess what? They will have a much easier connection with the Spurs because obviously Brett Brown came up under Greg Popovich, and they're all very close, and they have feel goodness between them. So do not underestimate the potential for a trade being made for Kawhi if the Spurs want to sort of start over and just completely rebuild or reload on the fly with a bunch of new draft picks. This would be the move that would send Kawhi to the Sixers, and they have still opened enough cap space. They're going to have to renounce J.J. Redick probably.
Will they renounce him?
Okay.
They'll forget he was even ever in Philly.
Okay, but you still got those 2 nuclear weapons in the post, and you still have Sarge, who's a really good, young, nice player. And would LeBron then say, that would be my fit to stay in the East, and all of a sudden that would be nuclear armament in Philly?
Yeah, that would be great. My only concern, Skip, is that what happens with Simmons? Is he going to turn? Skip, he's not a jump shooter. He's not a catch and shoot. As a matter of fact, I don't even call what he does shooting, because basically if it's not inside the paint, he ain't taking it. So it's all floaters, dunks, left, right. That's what he is, Skip. He doesn't even attempt a shot outside the paint.
Okay, so what does it matter? Sarge can shoot. If you keep Bellinelli, he can shoot.
Skip, you can't play 4-on-5. At some point in time, the dude's going to have to make a jump shot. And then what happens when they go to hack a bin?
He is 7 feet tall, and he will defend. So do not. By the end of the year, I told you, I thought that was the best defensive team in basketball, because Embiid is a flat-out monster on both ends of the floor.
Got Covington.
So all I know about that kid you're talking about, Ben Simmons, is that he's a basketball player, and he is unselfish, probably to a fault, because he's not much of a shooter.
Right.
But he will blend in perfectly with LeBron just because he knows how to play basketball, and LeBron would trust him, and he's obviously a client of LeBron's. So it would fit. It would work. They would win the East, especially if you got Kawhi and LeBron. It would be over, man.
No question.
Okay?
Well, actually, Skip, he's a client of Clutch. Rich Paul is the CEO of Clutch. So he
I think LeBron is
No,
the
actually, he's
CEO.
not. No, he's not.
He is.
No, LeBron is a client.
Yeah, and I have renamed it Unclutch.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Skip.
For the record.
The fact of the matter is that LeBron is like, I'm tired of just getting to the finals, and I'm tired of losing to one team. Skip, it'd be one thing if, he lost to the Rockets this year, or he lost to another, San Antonio. He's like, okay, Skip, he's 1-3 against the same team. So he has to find a way to gear up to take down this team. That's it. How do we do it? Now, I agree with you. If he could somehow convince KD to join him in L.A., oh, yeah, well, game over. But I say that's like pie in the sky. That's like a 1.2% chance.
Kevin is unrestricted right now. No strings attached.
Well,
and if LeBron opted out, you'd have 2 unrestricteds that could go to L.A.
I mean, if I could get an opportunity to talk to KD one-on-one, I would like, KD, you heard what Bob Myers said. He had a little something in him, but he was speaking truth. That's that truth serum.
Kevin Hurd.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's about, he say, oh, Steph Curry deserved his money.
I know.
Like you don't deserve what you've been getting after you done delivered them the last 2 finals. Hey, come on with LeBron. You need some appreciation. You need to play for someone that appreciates you for you and your expertise. Because remember when you guys were struggling, they said it was you because you were playing too much ISO ball. Because when things go wrong, they blame you, KD. You need to go somewhere where people are not going to blame you when things go wrong. Because when things go wrong and you're on a team with LeBron James, we know who get blamed. So come on.
Pitch, preach.
Come on,
pitch
KD.
and preach.
I
You're
mean,
right.
This is an opportunity.
I'm with you.
Yeah, you're going to get us like 3 more rings.
Yeah. I
go on out of here, be the GOAT, and I'll let you go ahead and take it over from here.
So LeBron has 2 houses in L.A. Kevin Durant has 2 houses in L.A. That somehow makes sense to me, right?
Man, Skip.
And all of a sudden, you weaken the champions, and you suddenly strengthen the Lakers, and you make them the favorites.
They'll still be formidable. Because let's not forget, now Golden State won 73 games without KD. They won a championship without KD. Steph was a 2-time MVP without them, so they'll still be formidable. But they're not beating the Lakers if KD and LeBron, Houston's not beating them. If KD and LeBron's on the same team. That's not going to happen.
Well, that's the only way that it looks great for me for the Lakers, because the rest of it looks murkier for the Lakers. Because all of a sudden, I'm not so sure about Kawhi getting to the Lakers.
Not in 2018.
I'm with you. And I was surprised last night. I thought they might trade out of the first round just to save a little more cap room. And they sat right there, 25, and took Mo Wagner out of Michigan.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to pay him that slot. Right?
Yeah.
So they look like they're covering their base just in case.
Well, here's the thing, though, Skip. Magic has got to get he's got to get LeBron, Paul George, or Kawhi. He's got to get one of those, Skip. You got all that cap space. You're gonna have you can sign two, and you get none.
Okay. The problem is the two are going to have to be together. They're going to have to conspire to get to L.A.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, players can
So
conspire.
you sure Paul George wants to go? He doesn't want to go there by himself.
No,
Right?
no. I mean, why would he want to go there by himself and lose $30 million? Because he'll be no closer to winning a championship in the Lakers and L.A. as he would in OKC.
You think LeBron wants to go by himself to
No,
L.A.?
no,
he does
no,
not. Where would that get him? He'd be better off staying in Cleveland.
He absolutely would be better off staying in Cleveland.
Okay.
But Skip, this is what we know. We just know that the way the Cleveland Cavaliers are constructed right now, they're not. I don't believe they can get back out of the East. If Boston's healthy with Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, I don't believe they can beat them this year. I don't believe it, Skip. Not with that roster, Skip. Not with that roster. No, you can't.
I thought you loved LeBron James.
I
do. thought you said he was the best player on the planet.
Best player
Are you
versus
starting to
best
have
team.
doubts? Well, it's only 5 can play at once, and when you have that guy, it's over, man.
Let me ask you a question. Who's the best player? Tom Brady. He lost to what? The better team. That's what happens.
How many get to play in football at one time?
11, 22. Well,
22?
But here's the thing, Skip. But here's the thing. One player today in today's games, the talent is so. Like you have the superstars, stars, and then you have good players. But Skip, when you got what they have on that roster, do you see KD? KD is a superstar. Steph Curry is a superstar.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson is a star. Draymond is a star. Think about it. You got 33% of the Western Conference All-Stars came from one team. One. And you're asking LeBron, although Skip, think about it. He was 6 rebounds away from averaging another triple-double. So think about it. He's taken one game of this team in 2 years, and he's 6 rebounds from back-to-back triple-doubles.
Who was the NBA Finals MVP back-to-back years?
KD.
Thank you. And who's the difference maker for Golden State? KD.
But if you think about it, Skip, that was still a 1 or 2 point game. Look what happens when Steph Curry goes bonkers. Game 4, they win by 20. He goes for 37. In Game 2, they win by 20. He goes for 33. KD is the best player on that team. There's no question about it. But if you want to see Golden State...
Who was the best player on a Golden State team that blew a 3-1 lead to your guys? Who's the best player?
Steph. Yeah.
Where was he in those games? Where was he in 5, 6, 7? Where was he? Help me out. So I couldn't see him.
Skip, so it happens. There have been times that Michael Jordan has been the best player, and he's come up small.
Not very often.
No.
Once he broke through.
No.
It was over.
No, in '89. He came up small. You remember the NBA Eastern Conference Finals against Detroit? Came up small. Skip, it happens. I don't want you to paint the picture that Michael Jordan never came up small, because it's happened.
Yeah, but once he broke through, he never came up small.
Okay,
they went 6 straight.
What happened in '95?
Well, he was gone.
He came back.
Huh?
You remember when
he only played part of the year.
You remember when Nick Anderson stole the ball from him?
He'd barely come back.
Okay.
How many games did he play? Like, what?
Was he out there? Was that Michael Jordan out there?
No.
Okay. All I know is he had Bulls across the front. He had Jordan on the back and 23. He had 45 then when he came back. He had 45.
All I know is he played in 6 finals, and he won all 6 of them?
Yeah.
Won them all.
Really?
But Skip, but there have been games in which he didn't play particularly well, that his role players played extremely well and was able to deliver him. Game 6 against Seattle. They won that game, but he didn't play well. You know that.
Yeah, but you know you have him on your side. That's why you rise and shine.
Well, damn, why Cavaliers players can't do that? You know you got him on your side. Rise and shine.
We have talked about this many times. Kobe Bryant called him out, saying you have to nurture your role players. They have to trust you. They have to believe that you really believe in them, and they don't believe he believes in them.
JR, go check your bank account. Tristan Thompson, go check your bank account. Kyle Korver, go check your bank account. and see how much he believes in you. Because you got that money because of him. Nobody else was going to give Tristan Thompson that money. Nobody else was going to give J.R. Smith that money. Come on, Skip, you know that.
How much did they believe in him when he was melting down on the bench ahead of overtime in game 1?
Hell, had he not been spectacular, they're not even in that situation. You do realize that, right, Skip?
Yeah, but then what happened?
Skip, they lost. That's what happens. You know, it's okay if your teammates assist you in winning the game. Like, it's okay if JR make a basket. It's okay if Kevin Love, Tristan makes a basket in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Well, they did in that game. They were all playing really well. They had them on the rope.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, fellas, we're going to leave it there for now. Jameis Winston, he's about to be suspended for the start of the NFL season. We're going to discuss it next on Undisputed.
How do you win it?